What's going on, everybody? So today we're gonna go take a peek at my catch can setup. I've been having quite a few people ask me how everything's ran on the system. We're just gonna take a peek. I'm gonna give you a rundown of how everything's ran and what fittings I use to do everything. So yeah, let's go pop open the hood and take a peek through everything. So I'm going to start by explaining how this works. So this system uses an evac, which is an exhaust vacuum nipple that draws vacuum through the catch can. So my outlet of my head is on my valve cover, and the outlet on the block, which is the crankcase breather, is down off the oil filter housing. You can see where it connects right there. It wraps around, and they actually tee together right here, and they come under the intake manifold up into the can. Then this line right here is what creates the vacuum pressure to keep pulling into the can, and it all collects in the bottom of the can here. And I'm actually using the Radium catch can, which is a great can. I love it. It's got a nice baffle system in it. So yeah, that's how that really works there. I'm gonna actually take these lines out and show you exactly what they look like, so you guys can get a better idea of how everything's together. Then I'll show you this bottom fitting that adapts the crankcase breather to an AN fitting, so you can run really nice braided lines through your system. So yeah, I'm gonna quick pull that out and show you guys what it looks like. Alright, so this is the inlet lines for the catch can. These are what run into the catch can. This is this fitting right here actually goes onto the valve cover. Then this line is to the crankcase breather, and this is the adapter that Integrated Engineering sells. It pushes on to the crankcase breather, then there's a little clip that holds it on, and there's AN threads on the actual fitting, so you can put an AN fitting on it, or a hose end I should say. Then these two lines tee together right here, and this is the inlet right here for the catch can. So when I go to put these in, what I do is I get all my swivel hose ends, put on everything, get them all tightened down, and even the adapter for the crankcase, I put them all on. Then what I do is I slide them all in. This one's going to go between the runners of the intake, down under the intake manifold, and this is the inlet for the catch can, and that one gets shoved down underneath the intake. And this one goes kind of behind the intake and wraps around down to the crankcase breather. And when you do this fitting here, you're not going to want to get just an adapter and a 90. You're going to want to get a shallow mount 90 to adapt to the valve cover. Otherwise it's going to sit up too high, and what you're going to end up doing is nicking your hood, and it's going to leave a nice little mark. So now that we got the inlet of the catch can explained, here's the outlet of the catch can, and you can see it grabs quite a bit of stuff the way I got it ran. So the outlet of the can, which is the vacuum line, this line is what creates the vacuum pressure into the can. And this right here is called the evac nipple. It's like a weld-on, almost looks like an O2 bung. I think it pretty much is. And you weld it into your exhaust, And it's a little angled piece that when air flows by it, it actually creates a vacuum because there's like a little hole in the bottom. And I'll show you a picture of exactly how it works. And of course, a lot of you aren't going to have an up pipe to actually weld it to, but if you can weld them anywhere on your exhaust. Just try to make sure they're behind your O2s. And I didn't use a check valve in my vacuum system, which is probably recommended, but I measured the vacuum pressure to make sure it was actually pulling a vacuum and not pushing air into the can. So yeah, that's how that works. I'm gonna actually pop open this can and see how much we have in here, so you guys can see exactly what the system draws out. There's a lot of the stuff that the catch can grabs right there. It's nasty, smelling, gooey looking stuff. And the Radium catch can actually comes with a little dipstick on it to check, but I think it's kind of hard to read. And the way I have my fitting angle, that you can't exactly pull it out evenly. But yeah, that's what it grabs right there. The system works really well. This can will be probably half full after just a few hundred miles, which explains how much it actually draws out. But the can is actually pretty easy to drain, I think. It's not too bad. I can probably empty this in probably 5 minutes or so. Alright, so there you have it. That's how I ran my catch can setup, the evac system, and with all 10 AN lines and hose ends. So please, if there's anything else you want me to explain on this car, don't hesitate to ask. I'd be more than happy to show you how everything's ran and how everything's put together. So thanks for watching.